Hi, Patrick here. Have Cheetah will view. And it's that time again for Dollar Tree Theater. So Dollar Tree Theater, as we all know, um, uh, uh, comes from our good friend Hobbs Horror. Hobbs Horror. And what we do is we go ahead and we review movies that we get from the Dollar Tree. Or if you find anything less than $1, it counts because basically Dollar Tree movies are dollar. Well, now $1.25, but if you can find $1, it's just basically we're grabbing some blind buys that we got from our hunting. I get my films from Dollar Tree and from the library, and occasionally Salvation Army. Excuse me. And so we review them. All right, isn't that exciting entry? Oh, all right. Let's get cracking. So me and the Cheetah, we last week we reviewed. We got some. Our movies have been a little bit more serious for Dollar Tree Theater. We've done The Day After Tomorrow. We've done Thor, and a little bit more heavier fare. So the Cheetah says, you need to get back to your roots, man. You need to go back to what Dollar Tree Theater is supposed to be about. You can't be putting up all these heavy hitters out there. We're supposed to be having fun. It's supposed to be cheesy. So I said, all right, you got it. So I'm going to go down and pick a movie that we're going to watch together. So the movie we're going to be talking about today is none other than Sea Beast from 2008. This is one of the Maneater series that Robert Helmy put out, RHI. Him and his son, they had a company for a while, and they were responsible for putting out a lot of these fun movies. This is made for the syfychannel. There's a whole series of these that were made specifically for the syfychannel. And so in this one, it's Sea Beast. Sea Beast stars, it says here on the back, I'll have to magoo this. Let's see, the jaws of death just got hungrier. Mysterious, unstoppable, insatiable. A mythic force from the darkest ocean depths has suddenly been unleashed on land. No longer content to feed on sea life, the creatures now stalk the Sleepy Bay village, attacking without warning, mutilating without mercy. When a monumental storm engulfs the town, only a precious few survivors are left to battle the beast before all humanity is devoured alive. I just want to know who wrote this synopsis because I've always complained about the synopsis, or it's just not really well written anymore. But this one is epic. This is a good one right here because it is cheesy as hell and it has little or nothing to do with the damn movie. and the cover, you ain't seeing that either. So this movie actually has a pretty interesting cast. I have to dare say, it has our old sci-fi standard, one of the best sci-fi actors who did a lot of these movies, Corin Nemec, and he stars as Will McKenna. It's really weird in this movie is they sort of have they have a little bit of a Perfect Storm vibe to it, and I'll explain that in a minute. It also stars Miriam McDonald as Carly McKenna, that's his daughter. Will's daughter. Camille Sullivan as Arden, the scientist who also happens to love Will. Carly's boyfriend, played by Daniel Whistler. And a special surprise, I knew this name when I saw it. In fact, I knew the face before I saw it. And this movie also stars Brandon J. McLaren as Drew. Now, why is that exciting, you ask? I'm so glad you did ask. Well, because Brandon J. McLaren also starred in my favorite season of the Power Rangers SPD. The best one, the best of the series. and he starred in that. He starred in there. So, all right, enough of that madness. So, Sea Beast tells a story about we see a boat on. We see a boat on the water. They're fishing for something or another, some sort of fish. They're caught in a storm, and this weird creature comes up and takes out one of the crewmen. Corin Nemec plays, Will. He thinks he sees what he saw, but he's not really quite sure. But the crewman's gone, and then the creature latches itself on the bottom of the boat. They get back. They get back to a small town, and he's shaken up because he lost his catch and he lost a crewman, so he's not having a really good day. Um, after the funeral, he runs into the owner of the boat, who gives him a hard time about not making catch and paying for his boat, and calls Will a deadbeat. Well, Will's brother happens to be the sheriff, Jay. He comes up there and muscles the bully off Corin Nemec, Will. So he says, "You're not going to go back out there. There's a big storm coming in." And he says, "Well, I got to go out there because I didn't make any money. I still got to work. I still got to feed my crew." Meanwhile, Carly and her friends Aaron, Danny, and Drew, they're all planning a weekend over on a small island where Will has a small cabin. So they're going to do some shenanigans over there. So, but Drew's going to stay and help clean up the boat because, they're a little short on manpower since they lost their buddy. So, as they go to the island, Drew's still at the dock cleaning up when he is attacked and killed by one of these by a creature. And so he is just the first of many. Eventually, the creatures find the island where Carly's at, and they attack Carly and Danny. So you don't know what's going to happen to them. Meanwhile, back on land, these creatures are coming out of the water, and they're actually going on the land, as I said in there. That part was right. They do attack on land. So they kill several people on land, and they're trying to figure out, who's doing it, what's doing it, how do we stop it. And actually, Danny and Carly have much more success in killing the creatures with no arms than they don't have any armories, they don't have any guns or anything, than the sheriff and his posse do, where they all end up dead. So basically, they're trying to figure out what those creatures are, where they come from, what we can do to stop it, and also save Carly and Danny. And it all comes out to a big climatic blowout on the island. All right. So what did I think about this movie? Well, honestly, this is exactly what it is. It's exactly what you think it is. Sci-Fi Channel, super cheesy, super cheese. It's from 2008. Super cheese. The effects are really, really bad. The opening scene is CGI central. The creatures, if they would have had just one practical creature, just one, like use the practical one for the attacks and use the CGI for them coming up, this movie actually might have had a little bit of bite to it. But you really can't take it seriously at all when you see the creatures. It sort of takes you out of it. They're phony, and they're CGI. It looks terrible. This movie was directed by Paul Ziller, who was a workhorse for Sci-Fi Channel. Him and Griff First, and Jim Wynorski, Tim Olin Ray, and Fred Olin Ray as well. They were the standards. Every single creature feature you got had one of those guys directing it, and they're good at it. If I would I recommend this movie? Yeah, if you found it for $1. There's some really interesting folks in here. You had, like I said, Corin Nemec, who's been around. He's a steady face. You see him all the time. Camille Sullivan also is a workhorse, meaning that she's in a lot of stuff. Brendan J. McLaren, Yeah, he is in a whole bunch of stuff. He's been very busy since Power Rangers. In fact, it actually sort of surprised me that his character got killed so early because he was one of the bigger stars. Um, the girl who played the daughter, Miriam McDonald, she was very very cute. I don't know what she's been doing since then. I should go ahead and I should actually look and see if she's still in the business because she actually sort of reminds me of she actually sort of reminds me. She has the same look as Shelley Simmons did. She has the same sort of. She looks sort of like Shelley Simmons, and that's a good thing. And yeah, she's still working. She's still working. In fact, she's doing. In fact, yep, she's still working. So and looks like I might even gotten a movie with her in it in the Hallmark section. So I'll have to go back and take a look for that. Um, all right. I spent 11 minutes on this review, and I'm not spending another second more. So this is 86 minutes. It's rated, I would say it's rated PG-13. There's PG. There's no special features on it. And yeah, if you see it at the Dollar Tree, pick it up. It'll be worth a watch. All right, that's it for being the Cheetah. If you like what you saw, if I didn't ramble on too long, go ahead and hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell, and more importantly, please leave a comment down below. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you. We'll see you next Tuesday.